Lisbon, a city of golden light and soulful rhythm, swept me off my feet in ways I never expected, where every tram ride felt like a time machine and every hill revealed a new layer of charm. In this Lisbon Travel Guide, I'll show you everything you need to know before visiting Lisbon, Portugal, best places to visit, what to eat, how to get around, hidden gems and all you need to know about Lisbon travel. At the end of this video, you'll find the most important tips and highlights, and I'll be waiting for your likes and specific questions in the comments. Lisbon is best known for its vintage yellow trams, melancholic fado music, vibrant tiled facades, and sun-soaked viewpoints over terracotta rooftops. Located on the western edge of Europe along the Atlantic coast, it sits across 7 hills with the Tagus River flowing at its heart. From historic neighborhoods like Alfama to modern hotspots like LX Factory, Lisbon offers a rich blend of culture, food, art, and unforgettable experiences. My journey through Lisbon began with the majestic Billy Tower, standing proudly by the Tagus River, where I admired its Menuline architecture and imagined the ships that once sailed from here into the unknown. Just a short walk away, the Jerónimos Monastery left me speechless with its intricate stonework and spiritual grandeur, a true symbol of Portugal's golden age. Facing the river, the bold monument to the discovery stirred my imagination, celebrating the fearless Portuguese explorers who changed the course of history. Nearby, the monument to Gago Coutinho and Secretuta Capital honored aviation pioneers I had never heard of before, but their legacy became unforgettable once I stood in their shadow. The futuristic Museum of Art, Architecture, and Technology impressed me with its bold curves and interactive exhibits that merge art with technology, perfect for modern art lovers. I ended my first day at LX Factory, a former industrial space turned creative village, where I browsed bookstores, tasted gourmet food, and watched the sunset over the 25th of April bridge from a rooftop bar. I started day 2 at Praça do Comércio, one of the grandest squares in Europe, where I felt the sea breeze and admired the symmetry of its yellow arcades. Walking through the lively Rua Augusta, I was surrounded by street performers, souvenir shops, and the buzz of Lisbon life leading up to the iconic Santa Justa lift, an elevator with Eiffel Tower vibes and stunning city views. Rácio Square was my next stop, a central meeting point with wave-patterned tiles underfoot and historic fountains that have seen centuries of life. Just steps away, the Church of St. Dominico caught me off guard. Its haunting, fire-scarred interior left a deep emotional impression. Across the square, the regal Teatro Nacional Dona Matia II stood proudly, offering a glimpse into Portugal's theatrical traditions. Even Rácio Station turned out to be an architectural gem. Its neo-Manueline facade could easily be mistaken for a royal palace. Strolling along Rua Garrett, I was swept into the elegant charm of the Chiado district, filled with historic cafes and luxury boutiques. As the sun began to dip, I wandered into Pink Street, Lisbon's vibrant heart, where colorful umbrellas, Pink Road, and tiny taverns come alive with music. At the hauntingly beautiful ruins of Carmo Convent, I reflected on Lisbon's resilience after the 1755 earthquake. The Mirador de Santa Catarina gave me an unforgettable panoramic view of the river and rooftops, made even more memorable by live musicians playing nearby. I couldn't resist a ride on the iconic Bica funicular, one of Lisbon's most photogenic scenes. To cap off the day, I joined the locals and tourists alike at the lively Time Out Market, where I tasted everything from fresh seafood to pastéis de nata under one roof. My final day began in the enchanting Alfama district, where narrow alleys, hanging laundry, and fado melodies created a magical old-world atmosphere. I climbed up to the Saudade Castle, where breathtaking views of Lisbon awaited, along with ancient walls that tell stories from Moorish times. Nearby, the Lisbon Cathedral surprised me with its Romanesque strength and quiet solemnity. One of the most picturesque spots of the trip was the Mirador de Santa Luzia, a romantic terrace with azulejo-covered walls and views over Alfama's red rooftops. I took a moment to step inside the serene Santa Luzia Church, just next to the viewpoint, a peaceful break from the crowds. The Museum of Decorative Arts offered a refined collection of furniture, tapestries, and decorative arts inside a historic palace that few tourists find. I paid my respects at the magnificent National Pantheon, where Portugal's greatest figures are laid to rest beneath a massive marble dome. One of my favorite cultural stops was the National Tile Museum, showcasing stunning azulejos that tell Lisbon's story through patterns and colors. Later, I ventured to the modern side of the city to explore the Oceanato de Lisboa, one of Europe's largest aquariums. It felt like walking through a dream beneath the sea. Around it, Parque das Nações was a refreshing contrast to historic Lisbon, full of futuristic architecture, open spaces, and riverside walks. From a distance, I admired the iconic Vasco da Gama Bridge, stretching endlessly across the Tagus and reminding me of the city's connection to the world. To wrap up my journey, I visited Eduardo VII Park, where neatly trimmed gardens led me to sweeping views over central Lisbon. And finally, I stood beneath the mighty 25th of April Bridge, Lisbon's answer to San Francisco, as the sun dipped low over the Tagus, bringing my unforgettable Lisbon adventure to a close. Getting to Lisbon is easy thanks to the well-connected Humberto Delgado Airport, which welcomes international flights from all over the world. You can also reach the city by high-speed trains from major Portuguese cities, comfortable intercity buses, or even scenic cruises that dock at the port. Driving in from Spain is another option, especially if you're planning a road trip through the Iberian Peninsula. Getting around Lisbon is a breeze with its reliable metro system, iconic vintage trams, modern buses, and charming funiculars climbing the city's steep hills. Tuk-tuks are a fun and popular way to explore historic districts, while trains, ferries, and boat tours connect nearby areas like Billy or even cross the river. For added flexibility, Uber and Bolt are affordable and widely available throughout the city. Lisbon uses the euro as currency, and while English is widely spoken, learning a few Portuguese phrases can enhance your experience. No visa is needed for most travelers from the EU or US, but always check ahead. Tipping isn't mandatory, but rounding up or leaving 5 to 10% at restaurants is appreciated. Pack comfortable shoes for the cobbled streets and hills, stay sun-safe, and be ready to embrace a laid-back lifestyle full of surprises. In Lisbon, the most unforgettable experiences are more about what you feel than where you go, like hopping on a vintage tram, watching the sunset from a hilltop miradouro, or listening to soulful music in a candlelit alley. Strolling through colorful old districts, tasting warm pastries by the riverside, and soaking in modern art or ancient ruins, all of these create memories unique to this charming city. And if you have time, a day trip to the fairytale hills of Sintra or the breezy coastal town of Cascais will add even more magic to your Lisbon adventure. Lisbon's locals are warm, laid back, and generally welcoming to tourists, often going out of their way to help even if they don't speak much English. The food culture here is all about comfort, fresh seafood, slow-cooked stews, and sweet desserts enjoyed over long, social meals in simple taverns or seaside cafes. Shopping is a blend of tradition and modernity, where you can browse handmade crafts in local markets or discover trendy finds along lively shopping streets and historic arcades. Lisbon is a year-round destination, but each season offers a different vibe. Spring is perfect for blooming jacarandas and mild temperatures, while summer brings vibrant festivals and warm evenings by the river. Autumn feels relaxed and less crowded, with golden light and harvest flavors, while winter remains pleasant with sunshine, making it one of Europe's mildest capitals during the colder months. No matter when you go, Lisbon always feels alive with color, rhythm, and warmth. Compared to major European cities like Paris, London, or Amsterdam, Lisbon is surprisingly affordable while offering just as much charm and culture. A decent meal in a local restaurant might cost around €10-15. A cup of coffee is often under €2, and public transportation is budget-friendly and reliable. On average, a mid-range traveler should expect to spend around €70-100 per day, including meals, attractions, transportation, and accommodation. Yes, Lisbon is one of the best cities in Western Europe for budget travelers, with affordable guest houses, free viewpoints, and cheap but delicious eats at local spots. You can easily enjoy a full day for €40-60, especially if you walk between sites, take advantage of combo museum tickets, and dine at traditional taverns or markets. From hostel beds under €25 to public transport passes and free walking tours, Lisbon makes it easy to explore without breaking the bank. Lisbon has a relaxed but stylish vibe, so comfortable casual wear is perfect, light layers and breathable fabrics in spring and summer, and a jacket or coat for the cooler autumn and winter months. Don't forget to bring comfortable walking shoes since Lisbon's cobbled streets and steep hills can be tough on your feet. There are no strict clothing rules, but churches and religious sites may require modest attire, so pack a scarf or extra layer just in case. The heart of Lisbon stretches through the central neighborhoods of Baixa, Chiado, and Bairro Alto, where you'll find lively squares, grand avenues, and historic trams rolling past tiled facades. Alfama offers old-world charm and panoramic viewpoints, while Billy is rich in maritime history and iconic monuments. These main areas are not only walkable but also packed with culture, nightlife, and incredible photo spots that capture Lisbon's soul. Lisbon is a food lover's dream, from slow-cooked stews and grilled seafood to creamy custard tarts and fresh-baked breads. Traditional Portuguese cuisine is both hearty and flavorful. Vegan options are increasingly available in modern restaurants, and you'll find everything from rustic taverns to trendy fine dining spots serving reinterpretations of classic dishes. Street food and market stalls are great for quick bites, especially if you want to taste local snacks with big flavor on a budget. Souvenir shopping in Lisbon is full of charm. Look for traditional tiles, azula juice, cork products, hand-painted ceramics, and local pastries packaged for travel. You'll also find unique gifts like sardine tins with vintage designs or embroidered linens made in Portugal. Prices are usually fixed in stores, but small markets or local stalls may allow some gentle bargaining if you're buying multiple items. For first-time visitors, staying in areas like Baixa, Chiado, or Avenida de Liberdade offers easy access to Lisbon's top attractions, shopping, and dining. There's a wide range of accommodations from luxury hotels and boutique stays to budget hostels and Airbnb apartments in historic buildings. I personally stayed at 138 Liberdade Hotel and loved its stylish rooms, excellent location, and beautiful rooftop views over the city. Lisbon's nightlife is vibrant, diverse, and full of character, from cozy wine bars and traditional fado houses to rooftop lounges and energetic clubs that stay open until morning. You'll find the city truly comes alive after dark, especially in areas like Bairro Alto and Caixo do Sul, where locals and travelers mix effortlessly. Whether you're dancing by the river or sipping cocktails with city views, the Lisbon night is an experience you won't forget. Lisbon is perfect for a 2 to 3 day city break if you're short on time, offering a solid mix of history, food, and iconic sites. But if you have 5 to 7 days, you can explore at a slower pace, dive deeper into the neighborhoods, and even add day trips to Sintra and Cascais. The more time you spend, the more you'll fall in love with Lisbon's layers of charm. Lisbon is generally very safe, even for solo travelers and women, with a relaxed atmosphere and helpful locals. Like any major city, petty theft can happen, especially in crowded trams or touristy areas, so keep your belongings close and be cautious of common scams like distraction theft. In case of emergencies, the national emergency number in Portugal is 112. Absolutely, Lisbon is one of Europe's most soulful and scenic capitals, offering a perfect blend of culture, coastline, and character at a more affordable price than many other major cities. The city's authenticity, vibrant neighborhoods, and warm people make every moment here feel special. Whether you're into history, food, art, or just great views, Lisbon is more than worth your time. And that wraps up everything you need to know before visiting Lisbon. I hope this travel guide helps you plan your trip and inspires you to discover the beauty and spirit of this unforgettable city. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video, and of course, subscribe to my channel for more travel content. If you need more tips or have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. I'm always happy to help.